for your tours, actually, aren't you? But you were actually here back in '83, I believe, at the Reading Festival.
Yeah, we played Reading.
Which
it was thrilling. It was great.
Rave reviews.
Yeah, actually, I heard all kinds of nasty things about the British press, but I guess I've been pretty lucky. They've been really good to me.
Very good to you, yeah. Now, albums and singles, you've got an album out at the moment, I know. Is that to coincide with the tour?
An EP. That's what we have out right now. Well, I'll tell you what happened was that they booked this tour, my record company booked this tour back a couple of months ago, and at the time when they booked the tour, they said they wanted the album done for the tour, like, I mean, done, artwork, pressed, out for the tour, and there's no way that we could get it done. So what we did is, rather than blowing out the tour, we decided we would do the tour, but we completed 3 tracks early, like everything, completed all the tracks, and we mixed them so that we could put out an EP to have some product over here before we came over and toured, and the album should be coming out in June.
I see. What will that be called?
It's going to be called Call of the Wild.
Now, Steal Away is actually on the EP, isn't it?
No, Steal Away Your Love is off my last record.
I thought it was on the EP, one of the title track of the EP.
No.
No? Oh, well, can you tell us about it anyway?
It's okay.
Can you tell us about it anyway, the Steal Away, what it actually means? Because it's about this girl that was raped on the song.
Yeah, it's just something that I feel, a topic I feel very strongly of. I did have a friend that had that happen to her, and it's, like I said, it's just something I feel very strongly about. I try to write about things that are a little deeper than just your basic, hey, let's drink beer and party our faces up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, it's not a, let's face it, it's not a nice thing. It's never happened to me. I wouldn't want it to, but I know that it's not a very nice thing to go through.
Last time you were here, you were actually voted #2 sex symbol. That's right, in Kerrang.
Yes, I was so flattered.
I mean, do your looks ever go against you? Do you have any trouble there? People saying, oh, does she sing like she looks, and all that sort of thing?
Well, it's really unfair, you know. I think that women, in a lot of cases, are judged a lot harder in the rock business, because if you don't look good, guys don't want to have anything to do with you, right? Because let's face it, every man out there wants to see a good-looking woman.
Sure.
But if you do look good, they tend to say, well, she's using her looks to make it,
Precisely.
right?
You can't win, can you?
Well, sure you can, because I just try and put all of that aside and just remember who I am and what I want to do. And I try not to think about it. I just go out there and try and... I feel you've got to have the talent musically as well. And I just try to go out and do what I do with conviction, and eventually you're going to win people over.
Did the band protect you? Are they very sort of protective?
Oh, yes. They're all like big brothers to me.
Because when you left college, you sort of left with top marks and a scholarship, I understand. What was that in?
Geography.
Yeah, but obviously you didn't take it up. What did your parents feel about that?
Well, I'll tell you, when I first finished high school, I mean, let's face it, any kid who gets a scholarship, their parents naturally expect that you're going to go on to university and become a doctor.
Yeah.
Could you see me? Lead nurse. I don't think so. But, no, when I told them that I didn't want to go to university, yeah, they were disappointed. But after a couple years in the music business and things started going well, they support me 100% now. Well, it's been 6 years since I've been out of school. And to me, it's very important to have people that are close to you and that love you to be supportive of you. It makes it that much easier.
Of course. With the Wee magazine, because obviously you weren't very pleased with it. How did that happen?
The big question.
Semi-nude photographs.
My big famous photo session. Well, I'll tell you what happened with that was that I have an itch. Is this good?
Rattle.
It was really weird because my first album had just come out in Canada, and I'd done a tour across Canada and come back, and the tour had done okay. Things were quite sluggish at the time. Nothing was really happening, and it was a little disappointing, but it always seems that that first record in your own country is so hard to just...
Sure, to break.
To break, yeah. And my manager said, you know, gee, we should maybe do something really controversial. I'm going, really controversial, like what? And he approached me with the idea of doing this cover for Oui magazine in a little spread in the middle. And I went, my first reaction was, are you kidding? You've got to be kidding. And then 2 weeks later, I was in New York in front of a camera with no shirt on. What am I doing here? And it's actually funny now when I look back on it, because it was a totally ridiculously unserious thing to do. But when the magazine came out, everybody wanted to interview me. So it was a... It worked.
It worked.
It served a purpose.
What about your image, though? Did it change your image at that time? I mean, because you were sort of cheesecake, really, weren't you, at the time? I think you
cheesecake,
were.
that's an English word, I think. I've heard that so many times since I've been over here. Oh, I don't think it really changed my image that much. I mean, there's a lot of actresses and whatnot out there. Like, well, I can try to think of some names now.
I can name some, but I better not.
I don't really want to mention any names, but who have gone on to establish themselves as legitimate, talented actresses.
So you don't actually regret
whatnot.
it then?
No, I'm not. I'm the type of person who I don't like to regret things.
No.
I like to look back on everything in my life as a big learning experience. You look back on things and you go, so what? Maybe you've done things wrong or things in the past, but you become a wiser person because of it.
Right. I suppose that's the attitude. Stand up. Let's look at your image.
Oh, okay. These are my brand new costumes.
Whalebone in here.
Designed by a fellow. This is whaleboning to hold my body together. I'm really this big around, you see. But
how do you relax, Lou?
When do I relax is more like it. I'm usually pretty busy, but when I relax, there's a lot of things I like to do. My interests lie mainly in the arts. Like I really enjoy sketching, drawing, painting, and if I ever actually have any length of time off, like a week or so, one thing I really like to do, I don't know, I guess camping, we talked about this before, isn't a big thing here in England. I was told that people here have to go to public campgrounds or something, that there's only certain places where you can go camping.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in Canada and, well, most of North America, camping is a very big summertime thing. It's just great. I mean, for a person like myself who's always, driving all night, and when I arrive at a place, I've got to sort of look beautiful to keep up an image for people. To just go up into the woods and not have to worry about what I look like and just let loose and have a good time, right? And that's one of my favorite things to do for relaxing.
I see, camping. Now, you should try it here, this weather. British weather while you're here.
It was really nice when I left Toronto. It's quite chilly here.
Tell us about your tour. Now, you're here for how long?
I'm going to be here till, I believe, June 7th.
You're doing a couple of headliners, I understand, as well.
Oh, yeah, down in the... we're doing some headlining dates up here in England, and we're also doing some headlining things in Germany, and we're playing at the Paparinga or Paparingi Festival. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. This year in Belgium. We're doing a whole thing through Europe as a special guest with Bon Jovi, and we're going to be doing some dates up in England with Bon Jovi as well. I believe at the very end of the tour, we're going to be working with a band called Hawkwind. And also we're doing some of our own dates. We're doing Dingwalls, and I believe that we're doing our last date here is supposed to be a farewell to Europe date at the Marquee, which should be fun.
Yeah, well, lots of luck with that. Metal Queen was banned in Australia. The video.
It's weird because when we originally decided to do that video, it was designed as a mini adventure movie, you know what I mean? It's just about this warrior woman who's guarding her castle, and she hears these bad guys lurking outside, and it's almost like something that you'd see on the Saturday morning cartoons, if you know what I mean? Yeah. And in the end, I'm triumphant. It's just a good triumphs over evil type of story, but I think with these censor boards, they have tunnel vision. They're not looking at what the video is actually about. It's they're looking for things to censor or ban your video for.
Do you think it's what you were wearing? Or
No, I don't think it had to do with what I was wearing. What I was told, it was at the part where I'm tied up and the fellow sets my arm on fire. They thought that that was just awful. That was women in bondage and torturing women, and that was just disgusting. So
it's all publicity.
Sure. I'm not going to complain. It's not going to stop me from doing the type of videos that I want to do.
No, of course not. Lee, thank you very much for coming to see us.
It was my pleasure being here.
Lots of luck with the tour.
Thank you.
And the album, which will be released
sometime in June.
Right.
It's being mixed right now, so it's hard to say.
We're going to show you tour dates over the video.
Oh,
Lee Aaron.
Great.
Thank you.